Ukraine has recently destroyed a large number of Russian military assets in occupied Crimea, including radars, anti-aircraft systems, helicopters and ships. But what could have been responsible for such a significant strike? Defense Express named weapons Ukraine could have used in the recent attacks. The Defense Intelligence of Ukraine released striking footage showing the destruction of 20 Russian military assets, including radars, anti-aircraft systems, helicopters and ships in the occupied Crimea. This list includes 3 units of Pantsir S1, 3 units 39N6 Kasta 2E2, 2 units 8YA6-K1 Podlet, 2 units 1L125 Niobium-SV 9C19 Imbir, Nebo-SV S-300VM, Nebo-M 59N6-E Protivnik-GE, MIS radar, ST-68 radar, Mi-8 helicopter, transport vessel of the C-4236 project, Fedor Uryupin tugboat. This extensive damage raises a crucial question. What could have been responsible for such an attack? As stated by Defense Express, one possibility is the newly developed Ukrainian maritime drone Katran X1. Recently, Ukraine's Minister of Digital Transformation, Mykhailo Fedorov, confirmed the successful development and active use of another similar maritime drone, Katran VENOM, which could have contributed to these strikes. 3D model of the Katran X1 with FPV drones in the rear of the hull and OSAT drones in the launcher in the center of the hull. The Katran X1, developed by the military armored company Hub, a member of the Brave One platform, boasts the following specifications. Range 1,200 kilometers, maximum speed 105 kilometers an hour, cruising speed 60 kilometers an hour, equipped with Starlink satellite communication antenna, daytime and thermal imaging cameras. Additionally, the Katran X1 can carry 10-inch FPV drones and OSA aircraft-type drones. These FPV drones are stored in containers at the rear of the drone, with a total of 4 units. A previous video released by the Ukrainian Navy in December 2024 shows FPV drones being launched from an unmanned maritime drone, indicating that this vehicle might act as both a carrier and a communication repeater. Public images of the Katran X1 also show containers designed for FPV drones. In the Defense Intelligence video, however, the drone's behavior was notably different from typical FPV drones. As Defense Express notes, the drone behaved unnaturally for an FPV drone, and its flight is more like a small airplane type kamikaze drone. This raises concerns about the limited range of typical FPV drones, which might not be sufficient for targeting locations deep in occupied Crimea.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan on Wednesday doubled down on rhetoric targeting the opposition after the jailing of Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, whose detention sparked the largest protests in Turkey for more than a decade. According to Associated Press, İmamoğlu was arrested on Wednesday last week in a dawn raid on his home that rocked Turkey. He faces charges related to corruption and supporting terrorism within the Istanbul municipality. After 4 days in police custody, a court ordered him to be imprisoned Sunday ahead of a trial at an undetermined date. Erdogan also accused İmamoğlu's Republican People's Party, or CHP, of sinking the economy. He said, "Sabotage targeting the Turkish economy will be held accountable before the courts." CHP leader Özgür Özel, in a series of speeches at packed evening rallies in front of Istanbul City Hall, has called for a boycott of companies, particularly those in the media, that the opposition says support the government and have failed to reflect widespread public outrage over İmamoğlu's imprisonment. While many consider the case against him to be politically motivated, the government insists the judiciary is independent and free of political influence.
Her şeyden önce senin gramın ne? Bizi gayrimeşru yollarla alt etmeye gayret edenleri, ülkeyi ve milleti ateşe atacak kadar gözü dönmüşleri asla unutmadık, unutmuyoruz. Aziz milletim, bundan sonra da Türkiye ekonomisine, milletin refah ve huzuruna yönelik her türlü sabotajın hesabı yargı önünde sorulacaktır. Türkiye ve Türk milletine, Türkiye'nin kaderiyle AK Parti'nin ve Cumhur İttifakı'nın kaderi iç içe geçmiş, bütünleşmiş, yekvücud olmuştur.